Okay, so standing with your feet together, point your toes out to the corners of the room and align your heels so your feet directly underneath your hips. Relax the shoulders, bend the knees slightly, and think about posture, so lengthening from the body all the way up to the ceiling. From here, put your hands on your hips, so you're going to find your neutral position. So A to the front, C to the back, and find that B, middle ground. Squeeze those glutes and those thighs, keeping the knees slightly bent. One hand on your rib cage, one hand on your tummy. And you're going to take 2 deep breaths in through the nose. And as you exhale, your core is going to be engaged. So imagining in through the nose and out through the mouth. That resistance band tightening around your tummy. Shoulders relaxed, hands by your side, taking your head out to the side, lower down. Chin onto chest and up to the other side. And just keep it moving in your own time. Hold it each side if you need to. And lowering down, one more on each side. Bringing your head back to center, looking up to the ceiling and down to the floor. Chin onto chest, up to the ceiling and down towards the floor. One more, up to the ceiling and down to the floor. Keep your chin onto chest, bring your arms round a nice little circle in front of you and pull forwards. Hold it there. Exhale, open up, squeeze the arms behind. And again, coming in, chin onto chest. And exhale, open those arms, squeeze them behind. Keep them there, palms are wide, shoulders are relaxed. Bend the knees slightly more, and you're twisting the upper body from side to side, leading your hips to the front of the room. Deep breaths. One more. Coming back to center, arms come down by your sides, going into some shoulder rolls to the back. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, one more, 6, coming forwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, one more, and 6. Arm circles reaching up and twisting behind. Engage that core. 2, 3, 4, 5, and one more. 6, same arm comes round to the front. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and one more. 6, other arm reaching up and behind. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, one more. 6, same arm comes in front. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 more. 5 and 6. Last one there. Get yourself some space. You're lifting up one leg, reaching over, out to the side, and either keeping your hand on your knee or touching down towards that foot, holding it there. Other one comes up and over. That's 2. You're doing 4 in each leg. Opening up the hips. Number 3. Up and over. 4 and 5. 3 more. 6, 7, and on the last one, I'm going to hold it there. It's up to whether you want to put your hands down onto the floor or keep your hands onto your knee. And coming up over to the other side. And other side. And last one. Holding it there. Okay, from here, I'm going to add something else. I want you to put your hands onto your ankle where you are. You're going to peel the arm up towards the ceiling and come back down towards your foot. So we're going to do 3 on each side. Up towards the ceiling. That's number 2. Down to the foot. Last one. Up to the ceiling and down towards the foot. Over to the other leg. Heeling up towards the ceiling, down towards the floor. 2 more. To the ceiling. To the floor. 1 more. To the ceiling. And to the floor. Bring your hands to center and roll slowly up the body. Last thing, half of your head and roll out those shoulders. Coming back up to standing, feet directly underneath your hips. We're going down into our squats with our lateral leg extensions. Make sure you have some room. We're going down into the squat, coming up, squeeze the glutes. Leg comes out to the side. That's 1. We're doing 8. Coming up, number 2. Oh, nearly fell over. Coming up, number 3. Down. 4, halfway there. Nice, slow and controlled. Make sure your knees don't go over your toes, and you should be able to lift your toes up off the floor. I think we've got 2 more. I lost count already. And let's do 1 more for luck, if that is 1 over. And down. Okay, half roll downs. Feet underneath hips, rolling the shoulders forwards. Chin onto chest, tucking in the tummy, arching the back as much as you can towards the ceiling. Hold it there. You're then going to bring your shoulders and your bottom back into that flat back position. Make sure your head and your neck and your back are all in one line. From here, squeeze the glutes. Shoulders come forwards and you're rolling back up. And roll out the shoulders. Off we go again. Forwards, chin onto chest, arching up. When your hands get to your knees, they hit fluid, pull the shoulders back into that flat back position. Squeeze the glutes, arching forwards. Rolling up. 1 more, forwards, chin onto chest. Coming down. Arching, arching. And pull the shoulders back. Nice deep breaths. Okay, last one. Squeezing the glutes and we're coming back up to standing. Head's the last thing to come up and we're rolling out those shoulders. Going to go down to your mat. So again, feet underneath hips. Roll the shoulders forwards and let gravity take your weight over your toes. And just let it hang there for a second before you walk your hands out in front of you. Bottom comes up to the ceiling and you're trying to get your heels to touch the floor behind you. Again, breathing. Okay, you're going to start pulsing. Driving those knees down towards the mat. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Toes come in towards you, heels out to the corners of the room, and you're still driving those knees down towards the floor. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Heels in towards you, toes out to the corners of the room, and we're still pulsing. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming back to center. And heels, can you get them any further down towards the floor? Walking your hands slowly back towards your toes without wobbling from side to side. Slowly roll back up the body. Can roll out the shoulders, okay. Last bit of the warm up, we're rolling down into prone. 8 leg lifts, all in your own time. So hands underneath shoulders. Squeeze those glutes. Engage the core. 8 just little leg lifts. In your own time. Pull back into that calf stretch when you're ready. And then slowly roll back up the body. So use it as a nice stretch. Back towards your toes. and rolling up. Deep breaths. Roll out the shoulders. Okay, so warm up done. Now the first section, we're going to do 2 lots of each exercise. Rolling down. But the first one, we're starting in a squat position. You're then going to roll out into the prone. You're going to do 4 shoulder touches. You can put your knees down as well. Pelvis is forward. 4 shoulder touches. Coming back up into prone. Walking back into a squat and hold. Okay. Oh, it's actually much warmer than I thought it was. So, timer on. Let's get ready to go. Right, so starting in the squat. I'll tell you when to go down. We don't want to hold it for longer than we need to. So 4, 3, 2, 1. So we're in a squat. We're walking forwards into prone. Hands underneath shoulders. 4 shoulder touches. 2, 3, 4. Walking back without wobbling from side to side into that squat position, and hold it there before you rock forwards again. So all in your own time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Slowly walking back. Nearly there. And again. Bottoms down in that prone position. Control it. Slowly back. See if you can get another one in. 2, 3, 4. 3, 2, and 1. Relax that down. Okay. Next one. We're going to do 3 different ones, but we're going to do them twice through. I'm just going to open the door because it's actually quite warm. Okay, the next one, you are going to roll down into prone from standing, hands underneath shoulders, 4 arm reaches, and then roll back to standing, okay? So no squats for this one. Then when to go. So to enter your mat, feet underneath hips, bending the knees slightly, relax the shoulders, engage the core, just have a little bit of a rest. Deep breaths. All that good today. Okay, get ready to go. Wait for the music. 4, 3, 2, and 1. So rolling down. Walk your hands out into prone. Hands are underneath shoulders. 4 arm reaches. So you're going 1, 2, 3, 4. And use the stretch as you come back towards your toes. Roll up the body. Nice and slow, holding out the shoulders before we go down again. This is a full body exercise. Walking out. You might want your legs a bit further apart than hip width apart as you're reaching forwards. Keep it focused. And slowly roll up. Nearly there. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay. The next one we are doing, we're in the squat position again. We're coming down into prone. And we're doing the one where we have our bottom up to the ceiling. Use it as a stretch. Coming down into prone. And again, up to the ceiling. Back into prone. So we're going to do 3. Bottom to ceiling, into prone, and then you're going to walk it back into the squat. Okay, so bottom up to the ceiling and back down into the prone position. As you go back down into the prone position, you can put your knees onto the floor if you need to, okay? So starting with your feet underneath your hips, I'll tell you when to go down into the squat. Deep breaths. Okay, muddy. Okay, let's get ready to go. In 4, 3, 2, 1. So we're squatting down, walking forwards, hands underneath shoulders, bottom to ceiling. Back into prone, hold it. Bottom to ceiling, into prone. That's 2. We're going to do one more. Bottom to ceiling, into prone. Bend the knees slightly. Walk yourself back into the squat position. Walking forwards again. Bottom to ceiling. And down. Bottom to ceiling. And down. Last one. Bottom to ceiling. And down. Bend the knees. Walk your hands back into the squat. You're well over halfway. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so we're back to the beginning. Squat, rolling down into prone, 4 shoulder touches, okay? After this, moving on to legs, I promise. So we have essentially 3 more minutes in these prones. I'll tell you when to go. Right. Feet underneath hips. 4, 3, 2, 1. So we're in the squat, walking out. 4 shoulder touches. 1, 2, 3, 4. Coming back into a squat. Walking forwards. Shoulder touches. 1, 2, 3, 4. And back. So we're not rushing. Every movement is controlled. You've got 30 seconds left. It doesn't matter how many you do. Nearly there, come on. We've got 2 more left after this. 3, 2, and 1. Rest. Okay, the next one, arm reaches. I think it's actually harder going from a rolling down than it is to just stay in the prone position for a minute. But we're just using every part of our body. Super strong. Okay. So we're not squatting in the next one, we're walking down. Make the use of the stretch on your way down, okay? It's the only way I can actually touch my toes. So we're coming down into prone. 4 arm reaches. You can do these on your knees if you need to. Rolling back up. Nice and slow. Deep breath. Remember for this one, you might want to have your legs slightly wider than hip width apart, just so you can control it better. Got about 20 seconds left. I'm definitely using this as a stretch. Quite enjoying the fact that it makes me slightly flexible. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pull back if you need to. So obviously the last one, we're squat, rolling out, into prone, bottom to ceiling 3 times, back into the squat. It's time to get a bit warm in here. So feet underneath hips. Let's get ready to go. We're going down into the squat. 3, 2, 1. So coming down, walk it out. Bottom to ceiling. And down. Bottom to ceiling. And down. One more. Bottom to ceiling. And down. Walk it back into the squat. Walking forwards when you're ready. Nice and slow. Rocking to ceiling. And down. Walk it back into the squat. Hold. Nearly there, guys. Come on. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew, okay. Next ones. You can use weights if you want to. You don't have to use weights at all. If you want to, you can use them by your sides. So we are going 1 foot back into a reverse lunge. So we're coming down, we're going to pulse, 2, 3, and we're going to come up. Optional if you want to come up onto your toe. It's coming back, 3 pulses, and coming up. Okay? The minute is quite long. At any point you need to have a break, you can do so. So shoulders relaxed. So posture, core engaged. Pick a leg that you want to use first. Let's get ready to go. So really breathing from the diaphragm. Okay. 4, 3, 2, 1. So coming down. 3, 4. Up into the knee lift. So it's up to you whether you want to go onto your toe for that one. I'm not going to because I've got a bit of plantar fasciitis in my foot. So I don't need to stretch my tendon any more than I need to. Hold that knee lift as well. Bit of balance too. As we get older, our balance does go out the window. So if you just want to hold that knee raise, it's brilliant, especially if you've got weights beside you as well. Nice deep breathing. Excellent. Core engaged. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax that down. I'm going to grab my drink so I didn't bring it in. Next leg. Keep hydrated, everyone. Oh, okay. So, next leg behind, doing the exact same thing. Weights in hands, shoulders relaxed. Reverse lunge. 2, 1. So coming down. 2, 3, 4. Knee comes up. Squeeze your glute as you're there. Hold it for a couple of seconds. Before you go back down, really practice that balancing. 2, 3, 4. Bring it forward, hold it, squeeze that glute. Coming down. 2, 3, 4. And raise it forwards. And back. 2, 3, 4. And forwards. It's good to have a focus spot. Stop any wobbling. About 10 seconds. Three, 2, and 1. Lower that down. Okay, those 2 done. Now, it's up to you whether you want to use a weight for this one. I'm not going to because I've done so many this week. Do you know what? You might actually want to use a band instead of weight. So if you have a band, put your band round. We are doing squat. So we're going to do a narrow squat. So feet underneath hips. Narrow squat into a wider squat. Narrow squat into a wider squat. Okay. We're going to do 4 and then have a rest for a couple of seconds before we go again. Because squatting for that long is quite tough, okay? So we're going narrow, wider, narrow, other leg, wider. And we're just going to do 1 minute of those. We're not going to do 2 of those. Okay. So starting with feet underneath hips, shoulders relax. Come back a bit. Into the middle. Okay, ready? 4, 3, 2, 1. So we're coming down into a wider, back to narrow, into a wider. So that's 1 set. Narrow, wider, narrow, wider. That's set 2. Narrow, wider, narrow, wider. Now that's 3. Narrow, wider, narrow, wider, and that's 4. Couple of seconds. And breathe. Okay. I'm about to go again. 3, 2, 1. Coming down. Wider. And down. Wider. Down. Wide. 3, 2, and 1. Woo. Oh, okay. Right, next one. We are doing, I'm going to need some space for this one. So we're doing like a clock lunge. So take your band off. You can use a band for this one if you want to. My legs are honestly like jelly today, so I'm not going to use them. We are going to have your hands in center in prayer, have it close to us. You're going to lunge forwards, come back to center, lunge to the side, come back to center, and lunge behind and come back to center. And then we'll repeat on the other leg, okay? So we're going to do 1 minute of this, and we're doing the clock. So do 1 leg first. We usually do 1 leg for 1 minute, 1 leg for the other minute. We're not going to do that today. Ooh, okay. So we need some room. Trying to get myself together. Hands in prayer, shoulders relaxed. Core engaged, pick a leg. 3, 2, 1. So forward lunge. Coming back to the side. Coming back. And behind. Coming back. Change legs to the front. Coming back to the side. Coming back and behind. Coming back. And again, other leg. To the side. So keep focusing on your posture. Halfway there. Come on. You've got this. To the side. And behind. Other leg. Nearly there. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh, and relax. Okay. Next ones we are going to do. I don't think you won't need your bands for this one, so pop your bands off. We're just going to do some little pulses in a sumo lunge. So these are mainly pliés, okay? So the idea with the plie is that your legs are wider apart and your toes are pointed out to the corners of the room. Your shoulders are relaxed and your back is always straight. So sometimes when we squat down, we can't come forwards. But the idea of plie is you don't come forward, you keep your body alignment, you come down to where you can do before you start going like this, and you're coming back up again, okay? So we're going down nice and slow, and push back up again, really focus on squeezing the glutes. Now you might think it's not going to be much, but trust me, when you're concentrating and squeezing and using those muscles, it really does get to you. Okay, so posture, shoulders relaxed, core is engaged. You can have your hands on the hips if you want to, or whatever is comfortable. Toes pointed to the corners of the room. Now the focus is constant glute squeeze, okay? And we're going slowly, so coming down and up, squeeze. Coming down, coming up and squeeze. Now flexibility wise, everyone's different. So I can't go down very far at all because my hips and inner thighs don't actually let me. That's why I was never really very good at ballet. But some of you might be able to get down lower because of your flexibility. Going over halfway. Nice and slow. Keep it controlled. Really squeeze those glutes before you come back down again. And breathing. 3, 2, and 1. Okay. Right. We're coming down onto the floor, thank goodness, for a bit. And we're going to do some abdominal work and also some bottom work on the floor as well. So the first one, side plank, we're keeping our bottom leg bent. And as we come up, we're going to do some crunches. So we're going to crunch in, extend the leg out. Crunch in, extend the leg out. And as you crunch in, I can show you that knocking everything over. As you crunch in, you'll find that your hip does go down near towards the floor and push back up, okay? So you're going to really feel it in your glute, in this one here, okay? Obviously, a minute is a long time. Come down and have a rest at any point, okay? Don't feel pressured to stay doing the whole lot. So make sure you have some space to extend your leg. Bottom knee is bent, elbow underneath shoulder. And you'll have your hand on your temples as you come up. 4, 3, 2, 1. So coming up, crunch, extend, crunch, extend. So all in your own time. Crunch, flex the foot as you extend. Crunch, extend, crunch, extend. Keep it going. Crunch, extend. And breathe. And open up. At any point, come down for a rest. And crunch. Extend. Down. Extend. Nearly there. Come on. So about 10 seconds. 4, 3, 2. Oh, slow that down. It's a tough one. Whoa, we'll go on our backs after this one, okay? We'll do some roll-ups after this. Okay, bottom knee bent. Elbow underneath shoulder. Okay, ready to go. Grab a drink if you need to. Yes, ready. So let's get ready to go. Oh, Ted's coming covered with leaves. 2, 1. So coming up, we're crunching, we're extending. Again, all in your own time. Slow and controlled. One side will always feel better than the other side. So exhale as you crunch in. Inhale as you push out. We've got about 20 seconds left. Keep going, go on. I'm really struggling. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh. Okay, we're going to keep it simple. We're going to do some roll ups. Now, if you want to use a weight, you can use a weight. Mum's already told me that she's taken my idea when I did, well, I tried to do some roll ups with my foot on my knee, and I don't know about you lot, but my knee just went like this as soon as I tried to roll up. I have no flexibility in here whatsoever, but we'll keep it simple. So we're going tricep dip behind the head and rolling up. If you want to, you can add a bit of a shoulder press in there before you roll down again, okay? All really nice and slow in your own time. So it's an optional shoulder press. Right, so we're going to start from seated. You can extend your arms, back tilt, lower down. So rolling up, rolling down. Tricep dip behind your head. 3, 2, 1, and roll. Obviously, the slower you go, the more you're working as abdominals. So when you're there, optional shoulder press. I find these very therapeutic. Halfway there. So you've only done 2, but it doesn't matter. They're all controlled. Deep breaths. 3, 2, and 1. Okay. Next one, we are going to do some, what we're going to do, tabletop work. Now, if you've got light weights, then you can use a weight. I'm not going to use mine because they're a bit too heavy and I don't want to hurt my back. So we're in tabletop. And from here, you're going to extend the legs to whatever your diagonal is, okay? So some people's diagonal may be here, some will be further down. So from tabletop, all you need to do is extend the legs in front. From here, your arms are going to go in an arrow. You're going to punch up to the side, come back down again. Up to center, come back down again. And up to the other side and come back down again, okay? You can use a weight if you want to. I'm just going to have my arms in an arrow in front. So little crunches. Exhale as you come up towards the center and either side, and inhale as you come back down. So yeah, feet, legs in tabletop, find your neutral ground, arms at the ready, and then you're going to extend your legs at a diagonal. And that is the tricky bit, is trying to keep them there, because they're going to want to bend. Okay, off you go. So try and keep them at the diagonal. Exhale as you come up. Inhale as you come back down. Have a rest at any point. Find your neutral position. Over halfway. Use those legs at a diagonal. Don't let them drop. That's what the hardest bit is about this. Four, 3, 2, 1. Hug the knees. Okay, the next one we're going to do some scoops with our legs. So we are in, I'm on a bit of a wonky ground here. So we're going to do some back tilt and lowers. And as you lower down, your feet will either be both up or you can keep one down on the floor. If you're keeping one down on the floor, one leg is raised, you're scooping down towards the floor like this. So it's like a circular motion down towards the floor and up. Now, if I were you, I would do 4 or 5 and then come back up to seated and then back tilt and lower again, because you will find that your back is struggling if your core is struggling, okay? We are going to do alternate legs. So I'll say 5 on one leg and 5 on the other leg. So 5 scoops and then come back up, back tilt, lower down and scoop with the other leg, okay? So wherever your back tilt lower position is, that's fine. You may find that you want to come up a bit. It's completely up to you. Obviously, it's harder if both feet are off. Okay, so go back, tilt, lower. So you're scooping down. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, one more, and 5. We'll come up. Back, tilt, and lower down. Other leg, scoop, scoop. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Woo. Coming up. Back, tilt, and lower. Other leg. Come on. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 5, coming up. Back, tilt, lower. Other leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Hug your knees into your chest if you need to. Okay. Oh, the next one, so we're overloading these muscles. I don't know about you, my hip flexors start to hurt with things like that. We are in tabletop. Now you can use weights for this one if you want to. You are going to do opposite arm, opposite leg. So 1 on each side, and then you're going to do a double and come back in. So alternate, alternate, double extension, okay? If you find the double one really hard, just stick to your alternate arms and legs. If you want to use some light weights, you can use them behind you in the tricep movement. Oh, right, okay, so get yourself into tabletop, find your neutral position on your mat. Arms up to the ceiling. Check if your knees aren't too close to your chest, so put the palms of your hands out. Check your knee position. 4, 3, 2, 1. So extend behind, hold it. Come back in. Extend behind, exhale. Hold it, back in. A double. So let it flow. Let it be rhythmic. Keep your foot flexed. At any point you need to find your neutral position, that's fine. Over halfway. Keep it moving. Excellent. Come on. So close. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug the knees. Hug the knees. Oh. Okay, next one, we're going to be doing a reverse crunch. So if we have a crunch that is your traditional crunch, hands to your temples and you crunch it up this way. A reverse crunch is when we use our legs. So your legs are together. The easiest way to do it and to control your legs is to cross your feet together like this. You're going to lower your heels down towards the floor and then they're going to come into your chest. Lower them down towards the floor and come into your chest. Now, if you start to get lower back pain, all you have to do is a tiny movement into your chest and you'll be able to feel that. You don't have to go all the way down towards the floor and bring them in, okay? So work within your means. It is a bit of a burner, so at any point you need to have a rest, then do so. Grab a drink for me too. Okay. Let's get ready to go. So cross those legs. Find a neutral position. reverse crunch. 3, 2, 1. So dropping them down towards the floor, into chest. Exhale as you're bringing the legs down towards the floor. Oh, my hip flexors hurt. I don't know who else gets it. They get so painful. I've been rolling them every day on my roller as well. I think I was just born with, unfortunately, very tight hip flexors. We're over halfway. I'll let you guys carry on. Keep going, come on. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hug your knees. Okay, so we're going to go onto our fronts now, and we're going to work our backs. So I know you guys do some of these in mum's classes as well, but it's really important to maintain that flexibility in our upper back and our lower back too. So your arms are going to be by your sides first, and your head's down towards the floor. You're going to squeeze your glutes, engage your core, and you're going to come up. You're then going to bring one arm to the front and down. Other arm to the front, down, and then lower down. If you're struggling to lift your feet off the floor, just lift your upper body, and vice versa as well. So one to the front, back, other arm to the front and back, and then lower down. Then re-squeeze and come back up, okay? Really nice and slow, doesn't matter how many you do. Move any obstructions out the way so your arms don't hit anything. So arms are to your sides, face is kind of down onto the mat. So now, let's get ready to go. 4, 3, 2, 1. So we're squeezing up. One arm comes forwards and back. Other arm comes forwards and back, lower down. So all in your own time. You don't have to follow. Lower down. Don't hold your breath as you do this as well. Keep your head and your neck in alignment so you're still looking down towards the floor. And don't point your toes. I always get cramp when I do this. Nearly there. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay. Next one we are doing. Now this is a difficult one because whenever I used to do this one, I used to do feet and legs. But we're leaving our feet on the floor. We're just going to lift our upper body. Now what I find is that my feet want to raise off the floor. So all we're doing is lifting up upper body. V, W, lower down. Squeeze, V, W, and lower down, okay? And I think that might be our last one as well before we have a cool down. Right, so arms start, we'll go from a W into a V, okay? Enjoy this rest while we're here. Okay, get ready to go. Get ready to squeeze those glutes. 4, 3, 2, 1. So engage the core. Squeeze. V, W. Lower down. In your own time. Keep breathing. Nearly there. Have a rest if you need to. Not used to working this part of our bodies. 3, 2, and 1. And relax. So I'm going to put music on. We're going to stay in this position, start a cool down from here as we're here anyway. So let's get some relaxing music on. Okay, from here, I just want you to pop your hands by your side and pull yourself up into the lower back stretch. So we've just done our back, so we can now stretch them out. Squeeze your glutes and you can gently rock from side to side if you've got that flexibility in your lower back. Don't worry if you don't. Okay, from here, lifting up, open the knee slightly and pull back into the child's pose, really reaching out in front. Nice deep breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Squeeze the glutes as you come forward into all fours, hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips, arching the back up towards the ceiling and down towards the floor, lifting your head up, so all in your own time, squeezing the glutes up towards the ceiling. Squeezing. We're going to do one more. Up to the ceiling and down towards the floor. Okay, from here we're going to do some mobility. So you're going to pop one arm under and have a bit of a stretch. So some people might be able to get the whole arm onto the floor, others won't. And in your own time, come up and go onto the other side. So do whatever's comfortable for you. So I can't hold it for that long. So I just come back up and go again. Okay, from here, I want you to just slide your bottom leg through into the Piriformis Stretch. So you have one leg out in front in a right angle and one behind in a right angle. So this one here. And just lean forwards onto that stretch. So stretching out the glutes, we'll work those a lot today. Lower back. Just hold that there. Okay, and switch those over. So right angle in front, right angle to the side, and lean over that stretch. So some of you have to get your whole body just flat down over the leg. Okay, and bringing that round, I want you into all fours and then coming up slowly onto your knees. One leg comes forward into a right angle, hands on your hips, and you're going to tilt your pelvis forwards and put in a stretch in your quad. Put one hand onto the inside of your knee, push out and reach behind with the other arm. Release that down. Other leg comes out in front. Hands on your hips and tilt the pelvis forwards. Put one hand on the inside of your knee, push it out and reach behind. Bringing that back in, all fours, hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips, tuck the toes under, and you're going to push yourself up into the calf stretch. And then without wobbling from side to side, just walk your hands back towards your feet and slowly roll up the body. Okay, so feet underneath hips, find your neutral position, shoulders nice and relaxed. We're going to take the head out to the side, lower down, chin onto chest.